Packets. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, GEC is Guam Election Commission, not education. Whoops. And on that, we say hafa and good evening. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Well, if a picture says 1,000 words, what can 50 minutes of video tell? As we've been reporting, defense for former Guam Police Department officer and murder suspect Mark Torrey Jr. contests that video taken on a body camera worn by a first responder to the scene will not hold up in court. Torrey is accused of fatally shooting fellow officer Albert Piolo last year. And on Friday afternoon, the police officer behind the camera testified on the footage that he did capture. Crystal Paco reports from Superior Court.
The Guam Police Department may not have any rules or regulations on body cameras, but Officer John Edwards testified today why he was wearing one the morning he responded to the scene where fellow officer Albert Piolo was allegedly murdered. Quote, "I bought it for my protection and for accurate documentation," end quote. It wasn't his first time to wear the camera in his years as an officer on Guam and in Phoenix. The camera in question is made by Taser International and records both audio and video. The morning of Piolo's death, Edwards was able to capture 50 minutes of footage, which was divided into 4 clips. He explained that he had to turn off the camera for short periods to conserve the battery, which was already low, and that he had not altered any of the footage prior to handing it over to investigators. As we've been reporting, defense alleges Torrey was never advised his Miranda rights. Therefore, the questions and answers recorded should not be permissible in trial, which is tentatively scheduled for June. Defense claims that officers, including Edwards, are seen in the footage putting their hands on Torrey's shoulders, but prosecution argues they were merely comforting him, not arresting him. Edwards asserts Torrey was so heavily intoxicated he needed to assist his fellow officer and said, quote, "I used my hands to keep him up," end quote. Of the 8 officers from the Dededo precinct who responded to the scene, Edwards says he wasn't assigned to interview Torrey, but did it because he was closest. He testified today the two are more than acquaintances, but friends, seeing as they've both been with the force for the same amount of time. Also on the stand today was GPD Officer Barry Flores, who continued his testimony from Wednesday. Flores confirmed none of the officers who responded stayed with Piolo while he was being treated by medics for the gunshot wound to his chest. As we reported on Wednesday, the footage in question may indicate that Torrey implies the gunshot wound was self-inflicted. Judge Michael Bordalio has taken the motion to suppress under advisement. The next scheduled hearing will be on April 11. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Thanks, Crystal. After several failed attempts in the last year, lawmakers were called back into session today to once again take action on legislation to repeal raises. Ken Quintanilla joins us with more.
A new year, a new vote. That apparently is the case, as today lawmakers were called into session to reconsider the vote on a bill that fell late last year. And with a change of vote by 2 senators, Bill 204 repealing raises for all elected officials and cabinet members has now officially passed.
Senator Esposito.
Yes. While he was disappointed 2 months ago after seeing his Bill 204 come up 1 vote shy of passing, today was a different story for Senator Michael San Nicolas.
It's pretty amazing, actually. You know, we went from barely having any votes at all when we first started this to now being just 1 vote shy of a veto-proof passage of this bill. So it's been an amazing journey, and we're almost done.
Bill 204 was introduced in October last year and would have repealed raises for all elected leaders and cabinet members. However, during a vote in a November session, the bill failed to pass. But now with the introduction and adoption of Resolution 277 by the Committee on Rules in the last 24 hours, lawmakers were called into session today to vote again. The resolution was introduced following a joint budget oversight hearing with the BBMR, Rev and Tax, and DOA earlier this week. According to the resolution, during that hearing, the acting DOA director admitted under oath that GovGuam is experiencing a cash crunch, which has negatively affected the government's ability to remit statutorily mandated deposits into the Income Tax Refund Efficient Payment Trust Fund for the payment of tax refunds. During the revote, the measure passed with 9 in favor, 5 against, and 1 excused by Senator Tina Muñoz-Barnes, who was not present today. And while they had voted against the bill last year, Respicio and Senator James Espaldon changed their votes to yes today.
This was a real difficult vote for me.
Espadon says his vote changed to yes because of the information revealed at the joint oversight hearing, along with outstanding payables that need to be made and how the way numbers were tracking were not coming close to budget projections.
I guess it just comes down to the fiscal realities that we face right now. There are vendors out there who have had to perhaps, or that I know of, who have had to cut hours on some of their people because they're not getting paid. Their own livelihoods, the owners of these companies are also, suffering the effects. We see the problems at GMH and whatnot, employees not being able to retire. So it didn't seem fair that we retain the level of compensation that we were getting until we take care of some of those issues or until we see more revenue flowing into the government.
Rich Bishop declined to comment on camera. Senators who voted no on Bill 204 today were Senators Tony Atta, Frank Bloss Jr., Brad McCready, Tommy Morrison, and Dennis Rodriguez Jr.
I know that the governor has seen everything that we've seen also with respect to the finances and how the votes have slowly shifted on this issue. I know he's heard the people and their concerns about the whole process to begin with. I'm confident that he'll come around to signing this bill. And if he chooses not to, I'm confident that at least one more colleague will join us for an override.
We should note while she was not in attendance, Senator Tiamunya Barnes voted no last year on Bill 204. The measure was transmitted to the governor's office this afternoon.
All right, thanks so much, Ken. Now, it is worthy of note that there is public policy that states no law varying the compensation for the services of the governor of Guam, the lieutenant governor of Guam, and or senators of the legislature shall take effect until a general election for the legislature shall have intervened. Senator San Nicolas says the way Bill 204 was written, it used a notwithstanding provision where those limitations would not apply. He adds, should Bill 204 become law, it would become effective immediately the day after.
Big news came out of a GMH senior management meeting held late this afternoon. Issa Baza has more.
I feel so confident in this man.
The announcement was made by Governor Eddie Baza Calvo that a familiar face will be taking the reins at Guam's only public hospital.
The new chief executive officer for the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority, it's Peter John Camacho. I understand that the contract has been reviewed by legal counsel and has been signed off by all the appropriate authorities.
Camacho is a two-time former GMH administrator who last served under former Governor Felix Camacho's administration. He has over 2 decades of healthcare experience and is no stranger to the issues plaguing GMH. When asked how it felt to be back, his response was simple.
Very humbled, very humbled. The governor reaching out and asking me to come back is gosh, I mean, that's a great opportunity to come back and help.
I can appreciate the experience and education that Peter John brings to the table, and we're certainly looking forward to partnering with him and improving the overall state of affairs at the hospital.
This announcement comes just weeks after it was publicly announced that former GMH Administrator Ted Lewis would be stepping down.
We're really excited about the opportunity for him to be an active voice in helping us to identify some of the challenges and solutions.
Aside from this announcement, today's meeting continued to focus on the various financial issues plaguing GMH. A guest from the hospital in the Commonwealth of the Northern Marianas shared best practices with local leadership.
We understand that the CNMI-CHC has also had some similar struggles in the past, and they're more than willing and at no expense to share the lessons learned.
Meanwhile, the GMH Management Advisory Team, or HMAT team, continues to work with all stakeholders to find solutions for the long-term sustainability of GMH. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Issa Baza.
The governor's office also announced that 3 individuals have been nominated to the GMH Board of Trustees, including Eloy Lizama, Melissa Weibel, and Lillian Posadas. Their packets are now under review by the legislature.
Well, Decision 2016 officially starts today as candidate packets became available at the GEC. Packets are available for the positions of senator, mayor, vice mayor, congressional delegate, and public auditor, and they're up for election in the August 27th primary. Close to 3 dozen people picked up packets today for themselves or as committees to draft candidates. For the legislature, candidate packets were picked up by Eric Palacios, Adolfo Palacios, Jermaine Alerta, who, by the way, officially announced his candidacy today, Regine Bisco-Lee, along with committees to draft for Joe S. San Agustin, Will Castro, Tilina Nelson, and Jose San Agustin. The GEC will accept candidate packets by April 19th, and they're due on June 28th. KUAM did speak with Eric Palacios, who told us that he will possibly resign as the administrator of the Guam Environmental Protection Agency within the next few weeks to consider other public service opportunities. Alerta confirmed that he would run for senator.
Governor Eddie Calvo is endorsing Ted Cruz for president. Calvo sent a letter to Cruz saying they share many views on fiscal and foreign policy and that he is, quote, eager to support him. In a news release, Cruz said he was honored to have the governor's support. Back in August, the Texas Republicans sent a campaign representative to meet with local GOP officials. Calvo is now the Guam chairman for the Cruz campaign and will lead local fundraising efforts. The governor said he will also lobby Guam's Republican delegates to cast all 9 votes for Cruz. The GOP convention is set for July in Cleveland.
Well, there were 6 bomb threats against public schools today, concluding a school week that Superintendent John Fernandez tweeted has been, quote, a hard week for DOE. Bomb threats were reported at George Washington High School in Manila, FB Leon Guerrero Middle School up in Jigo, Inarahan Middle School, and Marshal Sablan Elementary School down in Agate. They all reported threats, and before those, over at Teadston High School, and for the first time at JFK High School, in Upper Tumon, threats were reported. Now, with the exception of Teadston High, all the threats were classified to be low risk, and as per the agency's new procedure, students were sheltered in place. The actions have now brought the total to 45 bomb threats received since January the 13th, with 33 bomb threats received just this week.
And just another reminder that KUAM will be airing its No Joke School Bomb Threats. It's an interactive television special next Wednesday featuring Department of Education representatives, youth counselors, law enforcement professionals, along with Guam Crime Stoppers. The Attorney General will be in studio, as well as students together for a group discussion about this very troubling rash of acts against the community.
And make sure you can join us live and interact with us on Twitter and YouTube, and we highly invite you to tune in. We're looking forward to it. Well, still to come when your news leader continues, more headlines and your sports report. Stay tuned.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming, Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
Congratulations. Just won. I did.
You too can win in Calvo's Insurance Ride Your Dreams giveaway. If you are a Calvo's Insurance home or personal auto customer, you qualify to enter by texting LOYAL to 2015. And if you need an insurance quote, text quote to 2015 for a chance to win in our grocery giveaway. Thank you, Guam, for placing your trust in Calvo's. Insure with Calvo's today and ride your dreams to reality.
Do you work hard and need to get away? Then play Micronesia Mall's Drive Away Getaway game and you could win 3 Nissan car driveaways, plus 30 getaways to Manila on Philippine Airlines. Just present mall receipts to enter and win the Nissan Rogue Beach Package, the sizzling Sentra SR, the Rogue Sport Package, plus great instant prizes from Burger King and Foot Locker. Shop and win more cars, trips, and prizes when you play Micronesia Mall's Drive Away Getaway game.
Ruby Tuesday now gives you more for lunch. Endless trips to the Fresh Garden Bar, plus add-ons, mini combinations, and even new meal options. It's the new lunchtime menu, available Monday to Friday until 2 p.m., only at Ruby Tuesday.
It's Triple J Auto Group's Drive Now and Pay Later event going on now. Buy the car of your dreams and make no payment for 90 days. Get in an all-new Honda, Acura, Ford, Mazda, Lincoln, Volvo, or Kia and pay nothing for 3 months on approved credit. Plus, we've got unbelievable savings in all remaining 2015s and many 2016s. Now's the time to buy during Triple J's Drive Now, Pay Later event. Visit us online at carsquam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Download our free app on Apple and Google stores. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Follow KUAM News on Twitter or become a fan on Facebook. to get all your daily headlines from Guam's News Network.
Hafidin, welcome back to Primetime. In crime news, she was trying to leave the house to go to work, but instead a 24-year-old woman was strangled and punched repeatedly. 21-year-old Timothy Michael Gay was arrested for aggravated assault and family violence. According to court documents on Wednesday morning, Gay allegedly became upset when the victim asked for her cell phone so that she could go to work. He allegedly punched her in the face repeatedly and began choking her after he finally released his grip and walked away. A woman identified in court documents as Kathleen Gay allegedly began pulling the victim's hair and also hit her in the face. Court documents state the victim accused her of being an unfit mother and that she and Timothy were illicit drug users. Kathleen allegedly told police she slapped her because she felt disrespected.
Elsewhere, 46-year-old Anthony San Agustin Blas is facing charges of first as well as second-degree criminal sexual conduct after being accused of sexually abusing a young girl 4 times starting when she was 7 years old. The girl is now 10. Now, court documents state Blas angrily denied the allegations and that the girl had been coached to lie because her mother does not like him.
Retired National Guard Major and former Homeland Security Advisor Ambrosio Constantino testified in his defense in federal court this morning. Constantino, along with Lieutenant Colonel Franklin Babalta, allegedly collected $2,000 in recruitment bonuses they were not entitled to as part of the Guard Recruiting Assistance Program, or GRAP. According to Constantino, Babalta approached him about enlisting his son William to the Guard because he himself was struggling to do so through the GRAP program. Babalta provided the information to Constantino on a piece of paper, and he proceeded to input the information online. Both Constantino and Babalta are charged with theft of government property and aggravated identity theft. Although both were set to enter diversion agreements, Chief Judge Francis Tedinko Gatewood previously rejected their agreements due to concerns over disparity of treatment and how the government prosecuted similar GRAP cases. Babalta's trial is anticipated to start next week.
Well, work on the $100 million request for proposal to rebuild or completely reconstruct Simon Sanchez High School and other Guam schools is finally back on track, according to Guam Education Facilities Foundation Vice President Sean Easter. After the protest by opposing Bitter Cortec was denied by the Department of Public Works this year, Easter shares his hopes that the project will now move forward. Sanchez Principal Carla Masnayan responded to this saying, quote, "Our students and faculty, as well as the parents, have been suffering with the current substandard facility for too long. The idea that our students will be able to learn in a safe, clean, and modern facility is indeed great news," end quote. Easter says the foundation is ready to initiate negotiations and hopes to begin construction as soon as next school year.
Hundreds of people from different cross-sections of the island gathered today at the Dusitani for the first convention of the Imagine Guam initiative. 17 teams spent the day sharing ideas to create the vision of Guam 50 years from today. Crown's Guam CEO, co-founder, and creative director Marvin Manabusan delivered today's keynote address to inspire people to dream big and work hard.
The Crown story really is a grassroots story. It's it's a Cinderella story from how 2 local boys, started from nothing, and were able to build, with $5,000 investment, they were able to turn that into a multi-million-dollar company as just local boys. So I think that story is really important, and it's really, exactly what Imagine Guam is all about.
Crown's Guam started in 2012 making snapback hats, and today has become one of Guam's biggest streetwear and lifestyle brands. The convention was streamed live, allowing the public to engage in the discussion and share their thoughts and ideas. For more information, visit imagine.guam.gov.
Well, the 2016 point-in-time homeless count began early this morning. It's an island-wide effort, including over 40 teams of volunteers who traversed Guam, both in cars and by foot, collecting data on our homeless population.
We are provided some surveys, and we go out and we interview them, get some basic demographics information, as well as inquire about how they became homeless and possible referrals for shelter or whatever other assistance they require.
We know that Guam's a community where we kind of take care of each other, and we just want to showcase that they're not forgotten and that we're there to help them.
Aside from data collection, volunteers also distributed donations provided by the Salvation Army. Once the 2016 results are finalized, they'll be published on GURA's website.
After attending his first Christian men's conference in the United States, local lawyer Pat Wolf decided to bring the event here to Guam. This year marks the 13th annual conference, which will take place at the San Isidro Parish in Malolo.
It's just really an enjoyable way to celebrate our Catholic faith together. We have some just terrific speakers. Our keynote speakers are Father Eric Forbes and Father Fran Hazel.
Throughout the day, there will be workshops on topics relevant to men, their lives and careers. Wolf said in an island community with so many fatherless homes and husbandless families, he's hoping the conference will inspire men and give them tools to step up and play an important role in our community. It begins at 8 in the morning.
All right, everybody, when we come back, your sports report, and we'll say happy birthday to some very special Guamanians, and tonight's the night where we give away an ice cream cake. Stay tuned.
Wanted person, Odul, Juni, MC, male, Filipino, age 28, height 5 foot 4 inches, weighing 115 pounds, with brown eyes and black hair. Last known village, Dededo. Wanted for violating the conditions of probation. If you have any information regarding this individual, or if the individual being sought would like to self-surrender, please contact the Marshals Division Criminal Section at 487-3786 or 475-3487, or call Crime Stoppers at 477-HELP 4357. All calls will be kept strictly confidential.
Sunday barbecues are better when there's more than enough bandwidth to share. Sign up for GTA Fiber to the neighborhood today and enjoy faster internet on more devices. GTA, your island, your faster fiber network.
One of our main goals at Payless Supermarkets is to build a healthier, happier community. So in 2016, we want to introduce the redesigned Health Smart program. Meet our registered dietitian.
Half a day, I'm Rose.
She's here to assist you with nutritional education and simple ways to make healthier decisions while shopping. Together, we've created 7 health-related categories, and we'll be featuring products from each category every month. Look for these Health Smart labeled items on our shelves to help you find healthier choices for your dietary needs. You can also sign up for weekly store tours with Rose, where you can learn helpful nutritional information about Health Smart items. There will also be special deals after each tour or discounts for partnering gyms. Spaces are limited, so sign up at our service counters or at paylessmarkets.com. And if you're looking for some healthy ideas, visit us on Start Smart Mondays, where our Jackie Boots will be sampling delicious healthy products and recipes you can try at home. We hope to help you so that the healthy choice is also the easy choice for a healthier, happier you.
New year, new rides. Cars Plus New Year's sales event. For a limited time only, make no payments for 90 days. That's right, no payment for 90 days. The spacious award-winning Hyundai Santa Fe save $4,000. The redesigned Hyundai Tucson save $4,000. The luxurious Genesis by Hyundai save $7,500. Now's the time to buy from Cars Plus during our New Year sales event. And if we mention no payment for 90 days, get to Cars Plus and Mighty today before your favorite Hyundai is sold. Pre-apply at carsplusguam.com. Cars Plus, driven by you.
It's time for Shop Guam 2015. The Guam Visitors Bureau and more than 100 Shop Guam partners have teamed up to bring back the Shop Guam Festival, going on now until February 15th. This annual interactive shopping experience highlights Guam as a fun, fashionable, and diverse shopping destination, while giving our local community access to more than 200 deals and discounts, with new only on Guam and event features. Look for the Shop Guam logo at your favorite stores. Download the free Shop Guam mobile app and enjoy incredible discounts on shopping, dining, and entertainment.
What's that?
What? That? A hat? Do you like my hat?
No, that. They're towing our car.
We've gone so far.
What's going on?
We can't afford to have it fixed because it's out of warranty.
Stop making excuses. Trade in your car at Guam Auto Spot for a brand new Mitsubishi Lancer with a 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty. Make us an offer. Fill in the blank. What's your payment?
What's up, Guam? I'm Dave Delgado. Welcome to KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. On the show tonight, your Dow Renter-owned Athlete of the Week, along with some news on the Guam International Marathon. Check it out. We're here at Rentone, Dedido, for our Rentone Athlete of the Week. Today we have Richard Smalls, who plays football in the Budweiser Football League, and here to present him with a check is Louie. Louie?
Hi, Smalls. Congratulations on being Dial's Athlete of the Week. Who would you like to present this check to?
I'd like to present this to GAIN, Guam Animals in Need.
All right, Smalls, you play football for the Chiefs in this year's BFL football season. Tell us about the team. You guys are a fairly young squad, but you guys have been able to progress throughout the season.
Our team is our team's pretty young. We're two teams merged into one. Got a lot of young pickups from like GW, JFK. Looking pretty excited.
You guys got a big game this Friday at the Angels Field in Dedido, playing against the defending champs ITNE Silver Raiders. Tell us about that matchup and how have you guys been preparing yourselves for the upcoming game?
We practice hard against every night against each other. We're just looking for a big game against the most experienced team in the league. They're the defending champs. We're ready to come out and play. We're just really trying to get the experience for our young guys. Our team, we're just looking for experience because we're like a fairly young team out there right now. So we're always trying to look for more experience, and going against these guys is going to be pretty good because defending champs.
This is going to be the second year in a row that you've made the all-star team for the BFL. Tell us, how did you feel when you got the word?
I made it. This is my second year, but last year my name wasn't on the list, but I still played. It's always a good game for the all-star because this is fun playing against the best. I go out there having fun. Just to see my name on that ballot was pretty exciting to actually see my real name there. Still kind of spelled it wrong, but I knew it was me. So it's going to be fun for me.
All right. Congratulations. Stay tuned to our next Rentone Athlete of the Week.
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by
the Guam Visitors Bureau, along with Pacific Islands Club and United Airlines, would like to remind runners to take advantage of early bird registration for all races in the 2016 Guam International Marathon, the 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon before Sunday, January 31st. All courses have been officially certified by the International Association of Athletic Federations and the Association of International Marathons and Distance Races. This designation means that marathon runners may use this as a qualifying event for the Boston Marathon. The Guam International Marathon will take place on Sunday, April 10th.
We've got a registration cutoff coming up on Sunday, January 31. So if you haven't registered for the event, you can register with an early bird discount up to Sunday, January 31, this coming Sunday at midnight. You can register online. If you Google Guam International Marathon, our website will pop up. You can register online. That's the easiest way to do it. Or you can come to PIC and register at the front desk. But if you don't register by Sunday, January 31, you can register all the way up until April 5th. This is just an early bird discount. So if you're planning on doing the event, now's a good time to register, save yourself a few bucks. And if you don't register by April 5th, you'll also be able to register at the expo, which takes place on April 8th and 9th. So we'll accept registrations up to that point as well.
Super Bowl 50 taking place on February 8th on KUAM TV 11. Kickoff is scheduled for 9:30 in the morning. It's the Carolina Panthers taking on the Denver Broncos right here on the stations of KUAM. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except it feels different. Now you press lightly to peek and deeper to pop. It changes how easily you can peek a flight, check a post, search for dinner. Ooh, you guys are gonna love that place. You can find a getaway easier. Yeah, go there. And find music easier. Wait, are you listening to your own song?
No, I was, hello?
So pretty much everything you do feels different. And that's what's changed.
These used cars are Nissan certified. And let me show you why I stand behind every used car that we sell. First, our certified technicians inspect every used car to make sure it's safe, reliable, and mechanically sound. Then any scratches and dings are given first-class treatment at our body shop. And after thorough detailing inside and out, the car is ready for sale. At a price that's always below Blue Book. That makes Nissan used cars your best buy.
Smiling is a natural response to joy, happiness, and excitement. Your smile reveals a lot about who you are. A healthy, beautiful smile can brighten your appearance and be an invitation to conversation and friendship. It is often one of the first things people notice about you. Now, thanks to the advancements in dentistry, you can have the smile you have always wanted, giving you an improved smile that looks and feels great.
My silver fillings that I have, they're getting older in my mouth and I need to replace them. So I've started to do that and I've replaced them with the white fillings and I've had really great success with that. It looks good, they feel natural, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the bleaching. I want a white look all around my mouth.
Your favorites will always be here. But this one won't last long.
Try the new Mushroom Swiss Quarter Pounder, now for a limited time. Get the meal for only $6.99.
Get ready. It's time to party, to rally, to run in paradise. 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon. All the fun in one great run, in one great half-a-day experience. Register today.
Here comes your weather report. Isolated showers await you if you go outside tonight with mostly cloudy skies. The evening temperature is a very, very comfortable 75 degrees, and it is breezy outside with the winds coming from the east at about 18 miles per hour. They could gust as high as 23, so nice conditions outside. Saturday and Sunday, isolated showers once more with mostly sunny skies in the afternoon, so a good time to get to the beach, maybe work out. Highs near 86 and lows around 76. Sunny conditions as we head into the work week. Let's just concentrate on the weekend for now.
Right, but real quickly, just so that everybody knows, there is a small craft advisory and a high surf advisory that is in effect until 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Also, a fire weather watch is in effect for Guam through Monday morning.
All right, everybody. Let's get to some birthdays now. And remember, tonight's the night, like we said. And she was actually singing the Stick song tonight.
You were.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you didn't see that because it was during commercial break. And unfortunately, you did not hear that. But nonetheless, let's not take away from tonight's birthday recipients. These are tonight's members of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. And leading off, we say happy birthday, Mama Annie. This is Annie Caceres. Lori and the kids send you their eternal love.
Happy birthday to Marvin Jr. Chargaloff. Love Nino, Matt, Nino, Lori, and kids.
It's a very, very happy birthday for the Leon Guerrero family because John Edward Leon Guerrero is blowing out the candles today. Your familia says we love you.
Happy birthday to Josefina Sophie Pangolinan.
Happy birthday tonight to Frank Garcia, this gentleman. Happy birthday coming from your wifey and your kids, Nick, Ken, Owen, Ambro, and your daughter, Lynn from Kentucky. We love you always. Love from the States.
Also, happy birthday going out to Elijah Ray. Happy first birthday. Love Mom and Dad, Nino, Mommy Rye, Papa Ron, and Uncle Matt. May you enjoy your day and your gifts. Much love, Valentine family.
And those are some awesome sunglasses. Happy birthday to Jesse Navarro, whose nickname is Napu. This is coming from your entire family. Napu, take care.
Celebrating his second birthday. Happy birthday to Jose Miguel De La Rosa.
And concluding tonight's birthday recipients is Aiden Cruz. Aiden turned 6 today. Aiden, your family loves you, and they send you the very best wishes.
And once again, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. All you have to do is go over to our website.
And now, as promised, a ice cream cake, a delicious one, await the following person. So this week's winner is Josefina Sophie Pangolin, and her birthday was today. You just read that a few moments ago. So
happy birthday.
Congratulations. Have an extended birthday. We hope you enjoy your birthday cake. They are absolutely amazing. Have a wonderful weekend.
And we're going to get our weekend started as well right now. So stay tuned. Fiesta Fridays nights.
I got to do extra. So.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D.
All right, everybody, if you were in high school in 1991 like I was, that music meant you were at a party and it was time to cha-cha. But here in the year 2016, it means it is time for Fiesta Friday, so thanks so much for joining us tonight. We have a packed show for you tonight, and let's get started with news about FestPac 2016 as the Pacific Film Committee of the Festival of the Pacific Arts is gathering to discuss the festival, the films, and the various planned events. I've got two friends of mine here, and we are going to talk about the art of filmmaking, Rafa Pinko and Neil Tinkham. Gentlemen, half a day.
Half a day.
Half a day. All right. So you guys are people with a very distinct, very interesting gift. Is you see the world in a different way. You see things happening around you, or you can visualize a way to tell a story and then capture a certain moment. Before we get into the whole thing with like FestPac and everything like that, tell me about your background as filmmakers.
Wow. Well, myself, I was kind of introduced to it by Alex Munoz. He came into town to try and get people interested into it. I am a visual artist, so I decided to jump onto it. This was through PBS and Pacific Islanders in Communication. And since then, I've been doing a bunch of random projects, from cooking videos of Guampedia to some history docudramas.
Very cool. So. All right. It all starts small, and some people go for the moon right away. Yeah. How about you, Neil?
Yeah, well, it actually took me a little while to get into it. At first, I was pursuing a different track, and then about when I was 27, I decided that this was actually kind of my calling. And then I went to film school, and then afterwards came back here, was able to set up a production company, and just doing some commercials, and then also doing some writing and stuff like that.
Very cool. So pretty much like across the board, you guys are involved in every aspect of production.
Pretty much.
All right. That's a lot of work.
It is. It's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
And everyone is very important, from the cameraman to the best boy. So.
Well, your credit sequence can either be very, very long or very short. It's going to be one of those written, directed, produced, starring, food provided by Rafa Pinko.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe not me, but.
Okay, so as far as let's set this up with some context now. So when FastPac 2016 happens in a few months from now, filmmaking obviously is going to be a very big part of that, because technology and the cost of technology is driven down so low. Anybody can be, a very competent filmmaker, for a fraction of the cost like it used to take. So what's going on with FestPac and filmmaking?
Well, FestPac filmmaking, it's a fairly new category for FestPac. It's been around since, I believe, 2004, if not earlier. I was there in Palau for that. I wasn't into film at the time, but looking at how much attention was paid to it, it just grew from there. Now that it's coming to Guam, we're hoping to up it up. I don't know how to put that. Like maybe expose more of our filmmakers locally. There's a bunch of them. A lot of them do very low budget, if no budget, projects, and they just need a push. And this would be one way to push it.
I like how you use the word expose. I was like, isn't that more still photography? But that's semantics.
Yeah, and compared to what it sounds like was the venues for the last FestPac, this time we're going to have multiple venues, and some of them are pretty nice, like with the new Guam Museum. And so this will be a great opportunity for not only the local filmmakers, but for everyone that's coming for FestPac to have, a very nice venue and a large gathering of people to, witness their work.
And because this is a huge networking of people from all cultures in this part of the world, as far as, stylistically, what are some of the differences from, you guys obviously have your peer community locally here on Guam, but how is filmmaking approached from people in, other parts of the Pacific?
Well, New Zealand started FestPac, and as you know, a lot of great movies have been filmed over there.
Oh yeah.
So we're expecting some awesome productions coming out. There are some countries that we wish would participate, but unfortunately, they, I guess, pulled out for whatever reason. But we will be getting islands such as Solomon, Marshalls, Niue, which is an island I've never heard of before, Niue, and let's see, where else? There's, of course, Hawaii and many more. There's about 13 of us, 13 delegations that are going to be presenting during the FestPac 2 weeks.
I've heard before it's been said of like filmmakers, filmmaking is equal parts man and machine. You've got the creative person and, like the person with the eye, and then they've got the brain to kind of conceive how they want to do it. And then you have to have really, really good gear to technically carry that across. Are you guys hoping to maybe network with some of our friends from the other, islands and just say, hey, like we may not have access to the gear, or we may have access to really good equipment. We're familiar with HD technologies and, like some of the new shooting techniques, and some other people might say, hey, well, this is kind of some of the techniques that we use and everything like that. Let's collaborate. Let's brainstorm.
Definitely. This is something that we need as a community of filmmakers out here, is to connect with everyone regionally. I mean, one of the setbacks we have is, of course, funding. We need to really connect with people out here and connect with businesses, especially from other islands, because whatever we create will probably affect any other island in Micronesia.
Yeah, I think what will be interesting is seeing the other movies from the other countries, and talking to the filmmakers and seeing how they made theirs, because the issue of funding being kind of, I think, a universal issue in this region, is to see how they did it with the budget that they had, and seeing the kind of the techniques that they used to kind of make their movie look hopefully with a high quality, despite the fact that they have very little money. Because if you're going to have movies coming from New Zealand, chances are they're going to have a really big budget, and they have the resources there, and so there is no surprises. It's the little movies from these smaller countries, these smaller islands, that are going to be really, I'm interested to hear how they did theirs.
Yeah, I'm sure distribution is probably going to be like a topic that's going to be discussed too, because I mean, it's one thing to put a movie together, it's another thing to make sure that people have access to it, make sure you watch it. It's not as easy as just upload it to YouTube and let it take off. So if anybody out there watching would like more information, or would like to contact you guys, maybe they have ideas, maybe they have contributions they'd like to make, how can they do so?
Okay, well, you can visit our Facebook page, which is FestPac Film 2016 Guam, and we have information there. We have an address that you can send your film to, a deadline, which is February 18, and please get it in as soon as you can. Better, we have to screen it.
And then we also have a fundraiser coming up this upcoming Wednesday, which is a great opportunity if people are interested and want to learn more to come by. It's not just for filmmakers. It's not just for anyone that is trying to invest in this. But if you're just curious, and would like to learn more, that will be at Icon Wednesday from 6 to 10.
Excellent. Well, we'll be there too. We can't wait to cover that for you.
Oh, you guys are? Okay.
Yeah,
great.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah,
good luck.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right. Please stay tuned, everybody. Support local filmmakers. It's a really exploding industry. Support guys like this. They're good people. We're back after this.
This program is brought to you by GTA, your island, your network.
Love your flat screen all over again with enhanced HD TV programming from GTA. Explore over 100 HD channels with the sharpest picture and sound quality you can only get from Guam's leader in high definition. That's 3 times more channels than Docomo.
Watch live news coverage like never before.
Experience the thrill of the game in the comfort of your own living room. With so many HD networks, movies, cooking shows, comedies, you'll never want to leave your couch. GTA, your island, your HD network.
I am track winner.
I'm a baller.
I'm a golfer.
I'm swimmer. Hey, neighbor.
We are parents of an athlete.
I am a coach.
We are volunteers.
Let me win. Can I win?
Let me be brave in the attempt.
Make a difference in an athlete's life. Be a part of Special Olympics Guam.
Keep our dreams alive.
Get involved today.
On the road again, moving on forward. Sticking stones won't break a bone. We're in the car on a highway. It's so magical, feeling that no one's got home. You're a catalyst to your happiness, you know. This 'cause it's your home, it's your life, it's pumpkin love. In a whole wide world, it's
House to Home, brought to you by Remax Diamond Realty.
It is time to talk about real estate, and that's what we are doing here. And now, of course, on House to Home, as we welcome to the studios once again from Remax Diamond Realty, Guam, Liz and Gina. Ladies, half a day.
Half a day.
Half a day.
Okay, we have talked so far this year, and granted we're still in January, about very inspiring, very uplifting, very encouraging topics like getting your first home, qualifying for loans, getting your paperwork in order. Today, not so much. We're talking about foreclosure.
Right.
So for the uninitiated, what exactly is that? But I've only heard it mentioned in
Well,
negative.
I wanted to bring up the topic of foreclosure. I met someone the other night and he said, you know, we really get a lot of information from the shows, but I really have an issue about foreclosures. And I said, well, what happened? And he was telling me that he had purchased a property, and when he purchased it, nobody told him it was on the verge of foreclosure, and he felt that he could have gotten a better deal. Now, with foreclosures, let's say, for example, you are on the verge. Let's say you haven't been making your payments and you have some issues. We usually ask sellers, if we're going to list the property, tell us how far along you are. Are you late with your payments, so that we could price it properly and move the property so they don't foreclose on you. So, for example, if you wanted to sell something and it was valued at $200,000, of course, it's fair market value. However, because you're on the verge of the foreclosure, we may drop it down to $175,000 and put it on the market so it could move fairly quickly. So, again, you have the right to sell the property. Now, if another individual purchased it, then great, they got it at $175,000, maybe a little lower than market value. What some people don't realize, if you didn't make your mortgage payment and the bank foreclosed on you, what happens is there's a 1-year period of right of redemption. So even if someone else bought the property, there's a 1-year right of redemption, which means you as the original owner could purchase the property back as long as you paid the attorney fees, all of that. You have that 1-year period to purchase the property back.
Would the price, Gina, that you pay it be equal to the value of the house at that moment? Or would the price fluctuate in any way?
No, so if we're talking about your redemption option, you know, your right to purchase the property back, and that my understanding, and you know, we're not attorneys here, we're just giving you what we know based on our practice. What my understanding is, you have the right to pay off. So not the right, but you have the option of paying off the amount that you owed when you were foreclosed upon. So it's whatever that balance was, not looking at value, but usually it's what did you owe when you were foreclosed upon.
So you
that
can kind
amount.
of make good. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make good on that balance. All the fees associated with the foreclosures, all the attorney fees, and any other fees that were incurred because you went through the foreclosure process. That needs to be paid back. And so that they add up all of that, and that's what you have to pay in order to get the property back. And
I'm sorry, does this in any way, because, you know, typically I was going to say when you hear the word foreclosure, or when you apply for student loans, home loans, car loans, apply to work at a certain place, you know, for employment, typically there's a box there and it says, have you ever been part of a transaction where your home has been foreclosed upon or anything like that? If you buy property back, do you salvage your name and maybe your credit score, or, you know, like your reputation as far as the banks go?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because, you know, just because you went through the foreclosure process, if you're able to figure out a way to pay that loan off, that's almost like reestablishing, rebuilding your credit.
It's kind of like starting all over.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, and Liz, you've told us many times before, you know, foreclosure, people go through undue financial hardships for a variety of reasons. They may have gotten divorced,
right?
Some
Health issues,
death in the family, perhaps they lost their job.
They can certainly rebuild their credibility, because what happens is if they pay that debt off, it shows that it was paid rather than hanging as unpaid. And of course, there might be something on their record that shows that if they were 6 months behind, that will show, but it'll take 2 years to rebuild your credit. And then we always tell people, rebuild it by getting new credit cards and then paying it on time, and that'll show it. But going back to the foreclosure is you do have the right to purchase it. Now, if you are unable to do so, and for example, someone else purchases the house, then they have full use of that property unless the original owner exercises the right of redemption. But after that 1 year period, there's no threat. You keep the property. You know, and some loan institutions will wait till that 1 year right of redemption is over before they put it on the market. And then some do not. They just put it immediately on the market. The chances of an original owner buying it back has been slim. We don't have that many that will actually purchase it back.
Okay, I was gonna say they're telling us we got the wrap up symbol, so we got about 20 seconds. But you know, Gina, one with you. How often on Guam do we see, you know, if they're announcing that a home will be foreclosed upon, that's a chance for somebody to get like, you know, a fairly good deal, right?
Yeah, but it's a process. You have to prepare yourself to show up at the auction. There are some people who show up, you know, almost. I mean, I know names of people, individuals who actually show up to many of the auctions, but it's not, you can't just show up and say you're interested in buying it. It's a process. So if people want information about how to take advantage of that, they can call and we'll give them, information individually. And if you're, you know, if you're on the verge of being foreclosed, my, you know, what I want to share with the public is, listen, if you're in that situation, you can go to your lender, the financial institution that you're working with. They do have programs that might help you.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
check them out online, everybody. Remax Diamond Realty, Guam, Liz and Gina. We are back after this.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Dancing, it's a form of art, vibrant, moving, evolving. With every move, every step, every rhythm, behind every dance is a story of who I am, who we were, and who we are as a community. As Pacific Islanders at the 2016 Festival of the Pacific Arts,
I will share my story.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. There is a fantastic event coming up, and it is the 8th annual Gupat Fananidsan Pulan Tomorrow event. It's going to be held on Saturday, February the 6th, and joining me now with more on this event, we welcome back to the Harmon Studios our good friend, John Calvo.
Thank you very much, Jason.
Good to see you again, JC.
Yes.
How have you been?
Exhausted. This between FestPac and the Gupat and, of course, work. It's been a very busy schedule.
Well, you have done so many things for our culture over the last few years. You know, we always see you out on the weekends.
You know, it's not about me. It's our culture.
Exactly.
In the spirit of Enough Malik, we all do what we can to make it good.
And it's a labor of love.
Okay.
Okay. So how does this particular event, how does this bear on us preserving our culture and making sure that younger generations appreciate it?
The Gupat Fananidsan Pulan Chamorro is the Chamorro Lunar Calendar Festival. The Western Pacific Fishery Management Council has been producing the Chamorro Lunar Calendar with the Chamorro names of each one of the moon phases for about 10 years now. And so this festival is an opportunity to showcase the calendar, distribute the calendar, and to basically encourage people to utilize the local names for the various moon phases. The event itself is a cultural perpetuation event. We encourage everything that's made locally. In fact, it's a sort of a buy local program. It is sponsored by the Guam Visitors Bureau, so we've been working to try to develop it into the Guam brand product. Through the years, it's been evolving. And this year, for the second time, we are having it up at the Sagay Kotoran Chamorro, which is the Chamorro Cultural Center, which is right above the Hilton and overlooks Tumon Bay. So
otherwise known as the old GMH.
The old GMH housing.
If you go back that far.
Old GMH housing.
Yeah.
Not the old GMH housing.
That's right, the old
Yes.
GMH housing.
Yes, and it's been a labor of love. The people who've part of Inadahan, Linala, Katoran Chamorro, have been working on this since 2006 in terms of taming the land and making, beating back the boonies, so to speak. And now it's a really nicely set area. The houses have been refurbished and are in use, exhibiting the various cultures. The second Katoran Chamorro is being set up as being the cultural center. Has been setting up apprenticeship programs and various cultural activities.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you, because with the Chamorro lunar calendar, and
Yes.
like probably and admittedly so, being introduced to maybe people like in their 30s and 40s for the first time, but for young people and people that are being exposed to this,
right?
Is there outreach being done like at the schools to actually say,
Yes,
like,
actually,
for young kids, you can grow up with this, and then you can teach your brothers and
we do
sisters?
provide the Chamorro studies programs with calendars for the classroom.
Excellent.
Yes, and for most of the fishermen and hunters who are very familiar with the lunar cycles already, it fits right in terms of what they do. And basically, the lunar calendar helps to decide what you're going to do, the daily activities that are usually go with the seasonal cycles and seasonal fishing, hunting, that sort of thing.
And are you guys starting all the way at the elementary school level, all the way up to high school? And
We provide all Chamorro studies teachers with the calendar.
Excellent.
Yes.
So this is an
And
integral part of Chamorro studies.
Oh, absolutely.
across the board.
And we've been working with the Department of Education Chamorro Studies program for many years now, actually since the very beginning, as well as the University of Guam's Chamorro Studies program, to develop the calendar and the program moving forward.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And how big is your organization right now, and how many people do you have actually working on this project?
Oh, gosh. We have...
I'm just basically wondering, because it gets bigger and bigger and with more activities and it gets longer and longer. I'm trying to figure out if you have any help.
We do.
Excellent.
Yes, there are many different groups that are involved with this. We have the Haja Foundation, of course, Sagin Katoran Chamorro itself, the Guam Fishermen's Cooperative Association, Guam Organization of Saltwater Anglers, the Marianas Underwater Fishing Federation. We have the Department of Chamorro Affairs, of course, Department of Education, University of Guam. Of course, we have our major sponsors like Ambrose, Pacific Daily News, Nanbo Insurance, Bank Pacific, SPP, Circle K, and of course the Western Pacific Fishery Management Council, which helps in providing support.
And probably the most important and the most critical question for our viewers out there: do you have a Facebook page that people can join, find out more about?
Actually, I just did that yesterday.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, we did an event page for this, and so we like people to check it out. We also have the we've been doing it on texting. We're basically trying to make it go viral in terms of the sharing through Facebook and the other avenues.
And we can even reach maybe Guam expats who now, they've been stationed because of military service throughout the world, people who are going to college in the States.
Yes, I've
families who are
already
relocated.
posted in all those major Facebook pages.
Outstanding. And so what is the Facebook? Is it off the Fisheries Management Council page?
No, because I just did this early yesterday morning, I went ahead, and because I'm connected to many of these pages already, I've been really getting it out there. And
Okay, you just started events in their groups. And
right. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well,
Okay.
Yes, and
that's the best way to go.
And we're prepared for FestPac, so we're trying to get the word out there for people to participate. And from after we have the opening ceremonies where we do the Finalgi Chamorro, the chants and such, from at 10:30 we're going to start recognizing the FestPac delegates.
All
The
right.
from 10:30 to 12 noon. Then we're going to be having entertainment through the rest of the afternoon.
Well, certainly this isn't going to be the last time we
Yeah.
talk to you until
Yeah.
then. So
Well, we do
thanks so
have
much.
the at 4 o'clock we have the Tinahan, the underground cooking, and then we're going to be having a feast immediately after that. So
All right.
we'd like to welcome everyone. It's open, it's free, and it's open to everyone.
Well, you had me at food, so we'll see you there. Thanks again
Yes,
for coming
thank you
by.
so much.
All right.
Okay.
Please stay tuned, everyone. We are back after this.
When you come to Chuck E. Cheese's, you can see what's new.
New fun! New games! New cousins! What's new? New awesomeness!
Where a kid can't be a kid.
New year, their new ride. It's Cars Plus New Year's sales event. For a limited time only, make no payments for 90 days. That's right, no payment for 90 days. The spacious award-winning Hyundai Santa Fe saved $4,000. The redesigned Hyundai Tucson saved $4,000. The luxurious Genesis by Hyundai saved $7,500. Now's the time to buy from Cars Plus during our New Year's sales event. And if we mention no payment for 90 days, get to Cars Plus and Mighty today before your favorite Hyundai is sold. Pre-apply at CarsPlusGuam.com. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Hey, you guys know me. I wish the show could go on forever, but unfortunately, we are out of time. But Crystal Paco has you covered for KUAM News Weekend Edition, so make sure to tune into KUAM TV for that, or join us live on YouTube. That's youtube.com/KUAM News, and watch our live stream as we do it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We will see you next time. Good night.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D.